You may have noticed it's Doobatchi week with this week's GTA Online weekly update. Now, with all the Doobatchis being based on Aston Martins, and you can even see that from the badge, which is a variation of the Aston Martin badge, just with socks and other details.
Let's have a look at it. Oh my God, never!
Anyway, moving on. But what I've gone and done is I've gone and left it far too late to do this video. So I've given myself the task of covering 9 cars in one video and getting it out for you guys pretty quickly. There's only one way I can think to do that: break out the synthesizer. So in at 9, with dodgy handling, a weak top speed and a lap time of 9:56.07, it's the 770. Arguably the worst of the Dewbachis. I find it slow, ugly, and with pretty poor handling. In my view, one to be avoided. At 8, we've got the JB700. It looks just as gorgeous as the DB4 that it's based on, but it drives just as badly as the DB4 that it's based on. So if you want something that looks a bit Bondy, this is a good one for you. If you want to do anything else with it, I'd move on. To number 7, the Exemplar. With a time of 10:05.64, this is another one I would avoid. It is very cheap, and it is one of very few 4-door options for sports coupes, but I don't think that makes it worth it personally. Its customization is weak, top speed's not brilliant, lap time pretty weak, another one to avoid. And then in at 6, we've got the Rapid GT. With a reasonable time of 9:42.60, this comes in convertible or hardtop flavours. The performance of both is identical, but obviously you want the convertible. Even if it's really difficult to get the roof down in time for a lap. At 5, we've got the first of the cars that I'd actually recommend, and that's the Spectre. In particular, this one, which has got the Benny's wide body kit on it. It's decent value, has a reasonable top speed, did a steady lap of 9:20, which is not bad because it's not a particularly expensive vehicle. On to number 4, one of my favourites, we've got the Rapid GT Classic. This is, in my view, one of the best sports classics out there. Yep, it's not as fast as the likes of the Turismo, but this thing looks really good and it drives really well. It's got really nice controllable handling, it's great fun, absolutely one to look at. At number 3, we've got the Champion. This is the only Imani Tech car on the list. It is also the most expensive car on the list. Although all that said, it didn't do the fastest time on the list. With a 9:21.05, that's relatively slow for a car this expensive. So if it's an Imani Tech car you're after this week, this is the one to go for. It's certainly not the best Imani Tech car, but it's probably the best looking. At 2, you've got the Wagner. I love this car for many reasons, chief amongst which is the name. It's based on the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Obviously, Wagner composed the Ride of the Valkyries, so that's where the name comes from, which I think is a really clever little name. The car itself looks an awful lot like the original, and it's a really, really stunning thing. It's one of my go-tos in the game. I really like this thing. Lap time was pretty good, 9:10.34, decent top speed, really good handling, all around decent car. And then at number 1, and possibly a surprise number 1 for some of you, I've got the Massacro. It's a very much underused and underloved car in GTA Online. I think it comes with decent customization. You can do it in a road car or race car version. It has a good top speed, really, really nice handling. I think the whole thing looks absolutely stunning, and it put in the best lap time of all with a 9:08.16. So that's easily my top 1. So, I hope you found this useful. I'll try and be a bit more on time next week. Here's where everything sits on the lap board. And as ever, if you enjoyed this, please do drop a like and sub. As I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, we're getting achingly close to 1,000 subs. So if we can have one last push, let's get us over that 1,000 sub mark. So please drop a sub, drop a like, dive into the comments. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one.